The following is a presentation of TFNN. Time to talk about your health. Living a primal lifestyle.
We have Mike from Chicago on the line, and he has a question about digestion.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, guys. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
First of all, I just wanted to say that I love the show. I think it's great programming, and I'm very much of a like mind when it comes to, taking control of your own health and certainly doing your own research.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now your hosts, Nico, DeHaan, and Paige, Clarke.
Happy Friday, everybody. It's Nico, DeHaan, Paige, Clarke here on Living a Primal Lifestyle. Hi, Paige.
Hi, Nico.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Happy spring, everybody. I hope you're getting some beautiful weather where you are. Although today I was talking with people, and I was talking to someone with a cell phone company, and they're up in Niagara. She said miserable weather.
Well, it's 75 here and mostly sunny.
So come see us.
Yeah, people are heading for the beach today. It's beautiful out there.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of tough where we're at, too, because the TFNN office is right downtown Clearwater, just right a block from the
well, you look out the window and you can see the Intercoastal Waterway, and it's a beautiful thing for sure. Folks, the number here is 877-927-6648. Please give us a call with your questions, or if you'd like to make a comment on the show. Also, my Health Signals newsletter is out, and
brand new issue.
Yeah, it's only $10 a month. You get 2 issues a month for that $10 and you get on the first and third Friday of every month. So on today's issue, I wanted to cover one main thing was in Primal Excercise, which is on page 19. It's about women, weight loss in modern America, and a world in need of revolution. And this is not only important for women, of course, but men too, and how we look at exercise and how we look at diet. And I think it's very important to realize that what you hear on TV, what you hear on the radio and all these ads is really not the truth about exercise and about how it affects your weight loss.
And you know where I really started to think about this kind of a concept, because, I'm a woman.
Yes.
And I'm a little woman, so I gain weight, as you can tell. It doesn't take much to show. I don't have as much leeway as a taller statured person. But this article really hit on some good points about the stress-inducing issue of calorie deprivation and also of too intensive exercise that creates the environment where we produce a lot of oxidative stress, which is aging to the body, and also the cortisol hormone release that happens when we tend to stress ourselves out with too much exercise.
Yeah, and also, of course, if you're doing the same type of exercise all the time, what happens is you're also stressing various joints over and over again. So you may be, if you're doing long-distance running, if you're doing activities like that, it's more of a sport than it is an exercise as far as I'm concerned. So you may be doing low-grade damage over a long period of time, which starts to show up in your 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Absolutely, and we talked about that one time on one of our shows. Many of you that have watched may remember Nico and I Googled the marathon runner versus the sprinter, and we took the pictures side by side, and we looked at these runners, and I think they were around the same age, and we saw the difference in the body composition.
The sprinter is cut. It's got more body mass up
has
on
body
top.
mass, muscle mass, healthy-looking skin. The skin is draped over the muscles. The marathon runner looks stressed. The skin is saggy. The muscle tone is not there. And I'm not saying this is a general rule, but when you start to see this pattern happen for people that stay in a mode of a high-stress exercise.
Well, I was a runner for many years, for over 30 years. I did some marathons. I did mostly mid-range, 15 miles, 10 miles, that type of stuff in the races that I did. But as the years went on, I could really feel the difference. I switched my philosophy when I started the Primal thinking and looked into wearing different shoes, because your running shoes, of course, are lifted, so it forces you into a heel strike, which is really not the natural way of running. And so I changed what I was doing, started off really slow, which you have to because you're using different muscles. But now I'm doing sprinting, and a lot of times on a trampoline. And only for 30 seconds to a minute, most, with a little bit of rest in between. My whole workout lasts about 10, 15 minutes.
Well, you're kind of like a tiger. Because see, you know
you
what
go.
tigers do?
Yeah.
Tigers sprint. They run and sprint, then they lay around
They
and
lay
they
around.
stretch.
Perfect, and I love that.
And
Laying
they
around is
stretch.
good
So
too.
That's our new thing.
So the whole the thing that the media really tries to tell us about exercise is this is how you lose weight. And I'm telling you, this is the wrong way to look at it.
This is not how you lose weight.
No,
This is how you tell
lose
your
weight
body
is
you're
by
in stress.
diet.
Right.
That's it.
Lifestyle eating.
Exactly, and preferably primal type of lifestyle eating. I think it's very important to look at diet from a standpoint of how our species evolved over years and years, and what our ancestors were really doing to the types of food that we're eating.
Right.
So.
And you know, when I said that about diet, I have a new philosophy now.
Okay.
You know, after, I always look at kind of what's happening on Dr. Oz in the context of how we phrase things. But, when Dr. Joel Fuhrman, who's a big China study, don't eat animal meat guy,
Right.
was on there, I try and look at it and how I would preface this. But his message was good. He says, no diets work. We need to get rid of the word diet. So
It's how you eat.
it's how you eat. And unfortunately, some of us use that synonymously, but it's not. A lot of people take the word diet to mean something that's restrictive, or I'm going to do this diet, the cabbage diet,
And also in a small time frame. You're going to do it for 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year, and then you go back to normal. And that doesn't equate with me. Because there's just only one way of eating. It's how you eat every day is what counts.
That's what really counts. I agree with you. And then particularly sometimes we need to do cleansing regimes.
No doubt.
We should encourage our body to cleanse every day. So, they hinted at this in this article. Just one more little point was the fact that we, are eating too many meals. We're just eating constantly around the clock.
Right.
And what I like is an idea that we limit the hours that we actually eat.
Okay.
So, and this is appealing to me a lot. For example, and we kind of do that by way of just having our tiger brew, with our collagen, our butter, and our
Right.
coconut oil, and our coffee. Kind of string that into the morning. You're getting your fat, a little bit of protein, but you're not having this huge meal to digest.
Right.
And eating like the king king at noon. Kind of having a nice lunch, maybe a later midday meal, and then your dinner meal a little lighter. Maybe a smoothie of something. So that you maximize the hours of fasting, so to speak.
Yeah, the way I kind of do it, Paige, is I have my normal breakfast, which is a couple of eggs, some kind of meat, and then at the very end of that, I have my coffee, my Tiger Brew, and that consists of some really great organic coffee, medium roast, sometimes dark roast, mostly espresso. And I put my MCT oil in it. I put a ton of butter in it. I've been going up to 2 fingers of butter. So that's a lot of butter. And lately I've been adding the collagen like you suggested. And the collagen is really nice because it thickens it just a little bit. It makes it really like a Frappuccino. But what happens, of course, along with the fat, you're getting that little bit of great protein that the collagen has.
Right.
Really for your skin and for your hair, for your bones. Really good.
It's like drinking bone broth
It
because
is.
it has the glycine amino acids.
Yeah,
so that's why we.
Yeah, and the
recommend
other
that.
thing is that now I'm not hungry at all. I mean, I go swing through. Well, I didn't eat anything before I came here, so I still had the breakfast and my Tiger Brew in, and that's it. And I'm going up, and now it's going to be 2 o'clock by the time I get home. I probably will have another cup of coffee until dinner time, and that'll be enough for me. And I'm a high active guy.
Right.
I'm doing lots of things, and my weight hasn't shifted, nothing, and I feel really good. And what I noticed too with this whole regime that you really put together for me is that it makes me more alert, makes me more calm. It just makes me feel so darn good. I don't know what else to say about it. It's
Well,
just
it's when
really
we're
good.
choosing the right foods that aren't modified by nature, and I think we're really, trying to share that with people. But I'm going to extrapolate on this idea.
Okay.
So, in other words, if I expand the fasting, in other words, from the last meal at night
Yes.
to the sleep, and then wake up in the morning. And if I can extend that time before I take a heavy meal, so what I'm saying is I'm trying something new for me,
Okay.
is just saying, what if it's closer to the noon hour before I have my breakfast, so to speak.
Okay.
But then I have my lunch at say it's like 11 and it's like 3 or 4, and maybe I have dinner at 7. I'm going closer to 16 to 18 hours
Which is very good.
of
Yeah.
fasting. So I'm cleansing every day by way of, and really trying to make my noon meal my heavier meal. Ideally, you want to eat your heavier fat foods between the hours of 10 and 2, guys, because that is when the gallbladder is most active in producing the bile to emulsify fats.
And I really, my meals have really gotten lighter. I have less protein in my meals than I have.
Exactly.
I think because I'm satisfied with all the fat, the healthy fat that I'm putting in. I've even called my purveyor for my pork, and I told him, don't trim it so much. Last time I got pork, it was trimmed a little too much. My wife was
probably
saying,
shocks him because most people probably want him to
yeah, exactly. He said, yeah, no problem. I do it. Now, there's a question in the chat room. Hi, Paige.
Oh, hey there, Mike. Thank you for the cleanse. What is this collagen you guys are adding to your coffee, and where do you get it? Okay, so what we do is, in addition to having our Tiger Brew, which is the medium-chain triglycerides or coconut oil, grass-fed butter, Kerrygold, Silver Label is one that we like, or pastured,
no salt in it,
or pastured butter that you might like.
Or maybe even raw butter if you've got that.
Yeah, raw butter if you're part of a co-op. So in other words, good healthy butter from grass-fed cows, or grass-fed cream. But I add gelatin to
bone broth type of gelatin.
Really, what it is remember how we always talk about everyone should be making a bone broth, and if we were really doing what we should do, is we would have a bone broth simmering on the back of the stove every day and drinking a cup of the bone broth. And the way you make bone broth is you get certain cuts of meat, the bones, chicken's feet, knuckles, and it's an art, guys. It's an art to make a bone broth.
It's really easy to do. I've done it a dozen times, and it's so easy.
Yeah.
I have my customers coming in. Please bring me some.
Well, so, Mike, there's different gelatins that you can buy in different stores. You can buy that from me in the office. Just, you guys come in, I'll get you some.
Yeah, you use Great Lakes gelatin, which has 2 types.
All right, so my favorite brand of late is Great Lakes Gelatin, and they make 2 forms. A red label that really turns into a gelatinous form, and then they have the hydrolysate gelatin, which is in the green label.
Which doesn't gel up
and
at
it
all.
Doesn't gel up. So literally, it's a way that I sneak in with every tablespoon. It's about 6 grams of protein, but the protein matrix, or the amino acid matrix, is the complete opposite of what you see typically in the meat part of animals. It's what you get if you get the bones and the fat and the collagen, particularly high in glycine, glutamine, healing to the gut, like bone broth. So because so many of us are not drinking bone broth, including myself, the way I should.
This is a good substitute.
Yeah, this is the way I get it in. I get it in every day. It's part of my coffee. I use the green label personally because I like it not being gel thick.
Yeah, and I use a product from Now, which is beef gelatin, and it doesn't gel up, but it thickens slightly. So.
And you can't taste it, guys.
No,
and if you want to, you can put it into a drink. And we'll show you another drink after the break. I'll show you something else I put it in.
There you go. Okay.
Sneak it in. Okay, we'll be back.
Okay, the number is 877-927-6648. Please take time to look at the newsletter, the brand new one, and click on it and get it. So it's streaming up to you right now. We'll be right back.
You've heard Nico DeHaan as co-host of Living a Primal Lifestyle, which airs every Friday at noon Eastern Time on TFNN, and would like to tell you about the personal training studio that Nico is the owner and president of, Performance Training. Since 1998, Nico has trained individuals and groups to improve their health both mentally and physically. As a certified personal trainer, Nico's main focus is on demonstrating exercises correctly to avoid injury and teaching his clients how to manage their past injuries while getting the most out of their personal training sessions. The Performance Training Studio is filled with unique training equipment that enhances balanced results at a faster rate while minimizing damage and discomfort. For more information, you can give Nico a call at 727-418-8740 or email him at nico@tfnn.com. Let him know you heard him on TFNN and save up to $100 on a special package just for TFNN listeners. Act today.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different future contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a free 2-week trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Nico and Paige take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And welcome back. I'm Paige Clarke, and this is Nico DeHaan, and we're living a primal lifestyle, and we hope you are too. And we're here to help you get back to the important things, the primordial sources of health.
There you
See,
go.
I love that word. You
Yes,
know me and
you
my
do.
words. Primordial. If you look at the word primordial, you'll see the word immortal in there.
There, yeah.
Hey, we were just talking. We had Mike call in and was asking us why we add collagen to our Tiger Brew coffee. And it's a sneaky way to get in a little protein. So if you stop and you think about it, if you start your day and you don't have a chance to get something else, you've gotten your healthy fat with your coconut oil and your grass-fed butter. You've also gotten 6-7 grams of protein from the form that's very gut healing and a form that you don't get from your regular animal foods, and you're ready to start your day. So,
And then what this does too, it really promotes the thinness type of bacteria, that the bacteria wants you to be thin, and it actually downplays the bacteria that wants you to be fat.
that's exactly right.
So, I mean, this is a really, really important thing. You're having the coffee, you're having great antioxidants, you're having the fat that you really need for your brain, for all your activities, for your cells to open up to accept all these nutrients that you have. And now we add the protein in, just a little bit of maybe 8 grams of protein per serving. And now you've got the protein you need for your hair, your skin, and your bones. And it's actually a superfood all in one right there.
And we're going to be introducing another source. We're going to try and package this for you guys, and so it'll help support our show, and it'll make it easy for you to understand the different ways we're experimenting. But I also drink it in some cool beverages. That's why I use the one particular source that I do, because it can work in either a hot or cold beverage, and it's delicious, and it's a great way to get some
so
good
we're trying to
nutrition
set
in.
up this stuff. We have a new product coming out, we hope by the beginning of May, which is what we've been talking about, an all-inclusive liquid that you can take for all your vitamins vitamins, minerals, amino acids.
We have so many good things set up, and we hope you guys will join us, support us, because we spend a lot of time trying, finding things. The things we share with you are the things that we use and recommend to our family, friends, and so forth. And so we hope you.
And you'll find a lot of information in the newsletter, of course. Please pick that up, and of course you can call us at 877-927-6648.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, to answer questions. And one of the things that we were talking about, what are some top reasons why you might want to integrate wheatgrass or some of these super grasses into your diet?
And Tom and Allie were talking about this on the show this past Wednesday on Mindful Living, and it's important to realize this stuff is easy to get, but you have to get it from a good source, and it's even easy to grow yourself.
It is, and wheatgrass is something that cultivates, you get a little ledge and you grow it in a small little boxes. They're flat trays.
Right.
And you can harvest
grow
your own
them indoors,
wheatgrass.
outdoors. It doesn't really matter. You don't want it in direct sunlight, but you want it to get some light.
Right.
It's really, one thing that we talk about in this whole scheme of things is that these wheatgrass, of course, are the sprouts of the grass.
Correct.
And any sprout of any kind of vegetation has 50 or 60 times more than the plant itself.
The power to raise a plant, the power to grow a tree, if you stop and you think of it.
Exactly. So that's why it's important when we want to get these nutrients into us. It's very easy to do it with sprouts and wheatgrass and things like that.
And it only takes 7 to 10 days to have a tray going. So you have one tray going, you harvest that, and then you have another tray. But for those of you that may not have the time to do that, we have a favorite wheatgrass or greens mix that we think incorporates some of the best strains. Another key point is there are places that, if you go and get a shot of wheatgrass at a health food store, it's kind of pricey.
Yeah, and also it depends on their storage.
Right.
Whether you're getting kind of mold. We talked about mold before, and it's the mold that it grows on this wheatgrass also grows on your grains. It grows on beans. It grows on coffee. So you have to be careful of the sources to get these these things.
So I have 2 favorite sources,
okay,
and so we're going to make those available to you. In the meantime, until we can get things going, just contact me at Paige at TFNN.com, and we'll get you set up so you can get some good wheatgrass.
Yep.
But the top reasons that you want to add wheatgrass is it's highly nutritional, to add to your regular diet. In fact, wheatgrass, I do a little special program where I add wheatgrass and a special pollen, and as far as I'm concerned, there's no, it's one of the best all-inclusive nutritional products that I add for people. It's just kind of easy to add to your diet. You don't need a lot after.
Well, there's a couple of good companies out there that also make the powder that you can just add it to things.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I have so right now, if you're near a great store that makes wheatgrass, treat yourself to a shot a couple times a week or daily. Grow your own daily. Yeah. But if not, we're going to provide, when we get this new resource page up, we're going to share with you our favorites. And of course, I like Premier Research's Greens Mix. It has wheatgrass and it also has a special grass that helps grow healthy hair. If you take a tablespoon of that, you can just regrow. You won't lose your hair. I bet you a lot of people like that.
I'm for that. 877-927-6648 is the number. Please give us a buzz and pick up my Health Signals newsletter, and Paige and I will be back right after the break. Stick around.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the show, folks. Nico and Paige here on Living a Primal Lifestyle. And Paige, you know, we have been talking a lot about different things, and one of the big topics is how to cleanse yourself and all about detox. And I've got a picture up here on some foods. And, you know, these... You
know, it's that time of year.
Well, it is that time of year because the spring makes me think about cleansing.
Yes.
Spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning for our houses, spring cleaning for our minds, and spring cleaning for our bodies.
This is what I want you to think about when you see vegetables and herbs and wheatgrass. I want you to think about cleansing your body, about getting rid of the toxins. Mm-hmm. And this is why vegetables and fruits and things are here.
Exactly.
If you do them on a seasonal basis or just rotate them, that you're not eating the same darn thing every day, I think you're going to really benefit your body. Because there's a lot of signs out there that we have in this modern age that kind of tell us you need to cleanse yourself.
Right, and just like we said in the last segment, there's a way we are designed to be self-cleansing organisms.
Of course.
And in fact, if we are properly maintaining our equipment, that should happen naturally. And if we cleanse, we increase the ability to cleanse. We cleanse when we sleep. If we increase the amount of time between when we take food, like I said, decreasing the hours that we eat to an 8-hour window, giving us 16 or so hours of cleansing. Figure that out. You know, the last time you eat is 6 at night. You don't really eat anything till 11. Maybe sip on a little coffee, you know, with Tiger Brew.
Perfect breakfast is what we were talking about with the Tiger Brew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, for most of us, remember, calorie depletion can be very stressful in the body. But reducing the caloric intake but increasing the nutrient density is the goal.
Well, yeah, if you're on a fat-burning diet like we are, Paige, then your body doesn't get stressed from decreasing your calories and having that break.
Reserve.
Because we're burning, all the body wants to do is have fuel. On a sugar diet, you cannot do that. On a grain diet, you cannot do it because you run out of fuel in a couple of hours. With a fat-burning diet, you have enough to last you 3, 4, 5 days.
So let's get back to a little comment about springtime cleaning. As you know, we really believe that we should follow kind of more of a internal wisdom and a nature wisdom of following the seasons. And spring is one of the seasons we need to cleanse. All the seasons, there's a certain part of the body that is more featured in that time of year naturally, and the spring is the time of the liver and the gallbladder. And so we want to get all that going, and we've been storing some more fat during the winter. We want to get our bile. We don't want beef jerky bile, as we call it. We don't want it to be thick. We want it to be nice and liquid and emulsify the fat so we can start to get rid of that storage and go with our cleansing vegetables, our citrus. And so this is a great time to do a cleanse.
Yeah, and some of the signs for needing a cleanse are pretty much, if you look at the ads on TV, do you feel constipated? Are you low on energy? Sexual dysfunction, whatever that is.
Brain fog? Are you depressed?
Exactly. All these things,
Overweight?
and that way they have little pills for, is really your body telling you, why don't you do a little cleanse here so I can open up some pores.
Do a little maintenance.
So constipation is one.
Trouble sleeping, we just went over them.
Brain fog, unable to focus.
Unexplained headaches, sexual dysfunction.
Trouble sleeping.
Stiffness.
Stiffness. That's the opposite of sexual dysfunction. And unexplained headaches, unexplained soreness and stiffness. A lot of people think, well, I'm going to the gym, so I must be sore. Perhaps not. Perhaps you're doing too much.
Yeah, you're producing a lot of lactic acid, and your body has the inability to get rid of it. So the nice thing is that food is our medicine, and we can use our foods to cleanse. And although we want to kind of be mindful that spring is this season of these organ glands, we're welcome to cleanse all of our organs and glands, but a lot of the fruits and vegetables that we see really are tonifying for those particular organs and glands. And I think we went over that last week, and anyone who gets the newsletter will see that.
No doubt about
those veggies, you want to pick that up.
One of the big signs that many people have is skin problems and allergic reactions to even the seasons, to trees and things like that. So if you've got skin problems, your diet is not correct in the first place.
And let me add to that, eye problems. And as we mentioned, in Chinese medicine, we know that the liver and the eyes and the skin are connected. So if you're having rashes
they better be connected.
And that the liver sometimes says, guys, I'm overwhelmed. I really can't deal with these toxins. So we get these hay fevery eyes, we get these red itchy eyes, we get red itchy skin. The body is going to use these other methods to help detoxify things. So.
And then another good sign that you need to detox is because you're overweight.
Yes.
Because, everything that's toxic is going to be stored in those fat cells. So if you're overweight, you've probably got a lot of toxicity. Be careful how you empty those toxins out of your body, because it does have a detrimental effect in the beginning. So you have to be aware of these cycles that your body goes through when you've got toxins. But
and it's very important to make sure that we have to make sure that all of our eliminatory organs are functioning well together. One of the cleanses that I use in my office to help clients, encourage them and empower them to have a more successful cleanse, incorporates well-crafted herbs that are supporting all of the eliminative organs at the same time. We're supporting colon movement, we're supporting whole body detox, and lymph channels, so important. The liver and the kidneys, and we don't want any of those organs, as we're trying to cleanse, to be overburdened by the removal of these toxins. So
agreed.
Make sure to, when you do work, if you want some help with a detox program, I have lots of different programs. I try and work for what I think is going to work with people with their lifestyle. Some people don't mind doing capsules. Some people like to do tinctures. Some people like doing foods.
Well, there's a lot of options. That's the great thing about it. And the one thing I like about your practice page is you've got all these options available, and you kind of tailor make them to your clients. So this is
I do,
beautiful.
and it's so much fun, you know, and you really actually, you know, going to be working more and more with the food healing and creating certain little healing recipes and remedies and rituals and stuff. So I'm excited about that. But this is a great time, everybody. In addition to these seasonal cleanses, there might be a couple of ways that we can increase our daily cleansing ability. We mentioned that, you know, narrowing the amount of time that you're actually digesting food, increasing the amount that you're cleansing and repairing. And maybe some, just like we talk about doing intermittent sprinting exercise, which we believe is so powerful for stimulating the body's growth hormone and healthy building athletically, maybe this intermittent fasting, but with some tools that maybe are as ancient as we can imagine, that can help us, and maybe integrating a 3-day fast that includes some tonics that help us move things. So I'm doing that personally. We're going to talk to you about that soon.
Yeah, and the oil pulling. Don't forget your oil pulling. In fact, I called my wife this morning to remind her of we got a little. We were going to do a little celebration this weekend. So, but I get on the phone and call her, and she says, I says, oh, you're oil pulling? She says, I says, okay, I'll talk to you later. I love you. You know, so
exactly. It's part of our group,
it.
guys. If everybody would start oil pulling morning and night, it's so easy. I do it while I'm reviewing my emails. It's just, it's something that you can do, and there's nice little things you can add, little spices. I like to add little clove drops.
In my newsletter this week, I've got another article about oil pulling, and because there has been so many questions about it. So
we're going to talk a lot more about self-dentistry. That is a really big thing. I want us to realize the same way that we can do a lot of things to strengthen our teeth and gums. Oil pulling is just one of the little tricks that
and
I
of course,
have.
using the collagen in your Tiger Brew is going to be strengthening those teeth.
Strengthening
also.
bones. Remember, your teeth are anchored to bones, guys, and we need to have good bone health to have great teeth.
Yeah.
And build good enamel. It's really how we build back tooth enamel.
No. So I read this article here. This was March 31st on Dr. McCullough's site, and talking about Roundup toxicity may impact male fertility. You know, we've got a lot of problems with fertility in the world now, especially in the United States. I know a lot of people that are trying to get pregnant, who are having trouble getting pregnant. When they do get pregnant, they find out their child has autism or something like that. You know, it's really an epidemic now. 1 out of 4 children are coming up with some signs of autism or other brain anomalies. Of course, our older folks are getting Alzheimer's. It's the 3rd cause of death now in the United States, and this all has to do with toxicity, what's in our environment, how it's leaching into not only our food but into us completely.
Take home point, guys. If you, this weekend, if you're a guy or a girl and you have a home and you go out there in your garage or your shed and you see Roundup in your place, please dispose of it. Get it out of your house. Get it out of your life. Never buy that product again. Interesting, you know, the word Roundup, but I was at the Physicians Round Table a couple weeks ago, remember?
Yes.
And how wonderful was it that Dr. Stephanie Seneff, who is the MIT researcher who has really put a lot of her energy into vitamin D and the sulfurization and how we really make vitamin D with the sun exposure. But her big passion now is this.
Yeah, the
effect of the glycophosphate on fertility, Alzheimer's, MS, and all of these diseases that we're having. So, you know, we've got to step out, and you know, we've got this information out here in the internet, and it's it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Yeah. Well, it's not just Roundup. Let's get this all out there. It's all the pesticides that we use. It's all the chemicals that we use in cleaning the house, in our laundry. I mean, we're just being impacted from just about every way. I mean, I changed my laundry years ago to Molly Suds. I refrain from using the Roundup, even though it's much easier to use that, especially in the pavers I've got in my front.
Just make some hot boiling water and get a kettle and some salt, and that kills it. Salt water kills it.
Yeah.
And
so
no
there's a lot of
toxicity.
ways you can circumvent using these products, and I really encourage you to do so, because everybody in the whole neighborhood is using this stuff. They're using it. The cities use it. They spray waterways with different types of Roundup to get the algae out there. Well, the reason the algae is growing because of the fertilizer that's dripping into the pond which stimulate the algae growth. So it's a vicious circle.
And then we're seeing these frogs with 2 heads and 7 legs and all this stuff. So.
And when do we, now we're talking about reproductivity in humans and how it impacts. If we see frogs and we see the bees leaving, our environment, what's it doing to us? And we see all these different problems with our generation of human beings being really sick, being deformed, having all kinds of brain diseases. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
No, we have to take it. Just like that wall post I saw of the bee, and it was a close-up of a bee, and it said, if I go, you go.
Yeah.
And we need to take that. We need to understand that's serious business, guys. If we allow these toxic chemicals that, and like you said, I mean, we're focusing in on Roundup and the toxicity, but it spans many chemicals, and we just don't need them. There's so many wonderful ways to make home green cleaning solutions. Baking soda, vinegar, and water, and a few essential oils, and you have everything you need.
Yeah. And folks, let me tell you that what you put in your mouth, what you drink and what you eat and what you breathe in is so crucial on how you're going to grow old gracefully and stay healthy. It's so important. Everything that you put in your mouth has a detrimental or a good effect to your body and to your brain. So choose your food very wisely. Don't fall for these commercials about the snack foods that they're introducing, about fast food, about processed foods. I had one of my clients was talking today, and he says, you notice there's no subsidies for good food? There's only subsidies for corn, for vegetable oils, for growing wheat, for doing all these different little things, but there's never a subsidy for raw milk. There's never a subsidy for grass-fed butter. There's never a subsidy for grass-fed beef or anything that's good.
I know, I kind of joke with people sometimes. They'll say, well, which coconut oil should I buy? I say, or which olive oil should I buy? I say, whatever one is the most expensive is the one you want to buy. And I don't mean that, but my point is that, it's going to be the dark bottle. It's going to, and it doesn't always have to be that case, but you see these companies that are getting their products, their toxic, sick products subsidized, and that's why people are buying them, and they're not thinking, soundly about the impact on their health.
Yeah.
We have a little short segment, but I was actually going through something that was on the list to talk about. And do people know why baby carrots are killing you? Do you know?
You've talked to me about it before, so
okay.
I guess.
This is the deal, guys. And baby carrots are often old, large carrots that they've taken, grinded up, pressed them together, and then they soak them in chlorine. So scratch that off your list.
Wonder what's happening to the baby tomatoes. I don't know.
Okay,
but that's
so,
I've read that before, and it's really kind of a sick thing. It's kind of like the chicken McNuggets. Shove the whole chicken in there, feathers and all, and what comes out is this pink, slimy stuff, and then we color it and package it and fry it, and now we call them chicken McNuggets.
Yeah, so listen to this. If you look on the package, it doesn't say chlorine because it was added as part of manufacturing and not added as an ingredient. Why is that? Packaged foods contain a lot of chemicals both in the ingredients and the manufacturing process. The tricky part is chemicals added as part of the manufacturing process are not considered to be an ingredient. Therefore, does not have to be listed on the food label. So there you go, folks. Less processing. Grow your own carrots. How long does it take? I don't know. Should ask my dad.
Well, carrots are cheap anyway, so why you cut your carrots instead of having the baby ones?
I need to post some pictures. We have a family co-op garden.
Okay, cool.
It's really cool.
We'll be back in a few minutes, folks, for the last segment. Stick around. Pick up my Health Signals newsletter, too, please. That was good. I like that.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Up next, the Diagnostics Trading Hour with Daryl Martin here on TFNN.
And welcome back, guys. This is our last segment, and I want you to know that if any of you have questions after the show and you want to contact me personally, you can reach me at Paige at TFNN.com.
And that's Paige, P-A-I-G-E.
Paige at TFNN.com, and you can reach Nico at TFNN.com, and we are always willing to talk with you and help you in your living a primal lifestyle pursuit. So we were talking a little bit about detoxifying today, and we talked about how we're naturally designed. We were so designed to do that and to cleanse, but we need help because we're in a toxic environment. And so we know that we want to increase our body's ability to detoxify daily. We may need to do it monthly, and we certainly need to consider doing it seasonally and with a conscious mind towards the organs and glands that really need that extra help during the season.
And we need to do it daily. And how do we do it daily?
And how can we do it daily? And as we do it, as I mentioned, give yourself proper rest and give yourself time to repair. But there's something that's free, and it's breathing. And that's what Primal Living's about. That's what this show is about.
There's a beautiful picture up here of this girl just breathing.
Take a moment, guys.
And probably breathing to the sun or something.
Yeah, well, she's doing all the right things. I'm sure her feet are standing in bare ground in the grass, and she's grounding and she's probably praying or meditating or spending a special spiritual moment. She's breathing. She has her chest expanded. I love this picture. And I want you to understand, forget the prescription drugs. Remember all those symptoms that they're using those symptoms to try and sell you drugs. When these are symptoms that your body is saying, help me. I need to get rid of things I don't need. Maybe I need some things that you're not giving me, and I'm stressed out. And that's my whole philosophy. It's just those simple as those three things.
You know, there's a bunch of different types of breathing that they outline. You know, the simple breath, taking 3 deep breaths and exhaling very slowly is one.
And I challenge everybody to do that, and I'm going to really make a more conscious effort myself. If you take a few moments before you eat a meal, you know, take 3 deep breaths, and breathe fully and fully exhale and give yourself a moment in between, you can really oxygenate and expand those lungs. A lot of lung disease we learn, as I learned in my yoga studies with Ali, is due to not expanding these lungs, not utilizing the bottom of the lungs. And movements can help to expand that.
You know, it's funny, a lot of cultures have, before you eat, you have a moment of silence or you have a little prayer that you say. And this is, I really believe that in ancient cultures this came about, that just having a little silent time and just simply breathing and giving thanks or whatever you want to do, I think that's an important step into just accepting the meal to your body. It's a cool thing.
And you know, we have smartphones. If we think we haven't been able to integrate some of these ideas as a habit, why not set an alarm and just say,
time
the
to breathe.
alarm goes off, yeah, just breathe. And take a minute, push back. In fact, if you can, go outside so you can ground.
Oh, yeah.
Get your sun.
Sure. Yeah.
Tie it in with some of those simple things. And
so
these are all things that are free, and we should all be incorporating them into our daily life.
Something called the relaxing breath is lying flat on your back with your knees bent, bringing your feet closer to your buttocks. Place hands on both sides of your navel region. Breathe in slow, deep, rhythmic manner for 20 repetitions. And this is a really getting that diaphragm to do the work for you, which means you've got a complete breath. You're really expanding those lungs and then taking the toxins and letting them breathe out.
Well, this is the point of Dantian, actually, in Chinese and in the world of Qigong, and it's kind of the center of the universe, so to speak, the center of the spiral. Think of the belly button. And so anytime we're thoughtful while we're breathing and sealing this area, it's a good move.
Yep.
And Ujjayi breath is victorious breath that we practice in a yoga practice. And you can simply do this by sitting in a comfortable position and inhaling through the nose, lifting your chest and holding it for 2 seconds while exhaling through the nose. And Ujjayi breath, we often hear the sound of our own voice, because sound is healing. That's it, guys. We're finished for today.
Boy, you've gone fast.
So have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week. In the meantime, make sure you get the Living a Primal Lifestyle newsletter. We have great information there available to you with links. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and take your shoes off and relax.
Have a great weekend.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
You're watching Tiger TV.